And now we have our correspondent Prarambha Dahal giving us some live update on presidential election. Prarambha, the nomination process for the presidential election has already started as the Election Commission had set a timing of 10 to 3 today. And in this context, what update do you have for our viewers?
Well, Amar, right now I'm in front of the Lotse Hall of the BICC right here in the heart of the Kathmandu Valley. It's New Baneshwar, and this is the very building where a bit of throwback out here, Amar. In November 20, the election for the provincial assemblies and the House of Representatives was held. Back then there was a different political equation, after which the coalition back then didn't work out, and then a new coalition was formed, based on which Prime Minister Prarambha Dahal was elected with the backing of CPN-UML. Mind you, back then, before the election and during the election, Nepali Congress and CPN Maoist Center were together with other parties. But after that election, there was a twist of fate in terms of national politics out here in the country. And, well, Nepali Congress President Shabha Dewa didn't want Prime Minister Prarambha Dahal to have the first term. That is why the split had happened, following which CPN-UML had the backing of, in fact, backed up CPN Maoist Center, and then there was a new coalition. But at the same time, the Balkot consensus came into play, based on which CPN-UML had the National Assembly chair, also the Speaker of the House of Representatives in the background, and then they also wanted the President. And that is something that did not fit right with Prime Minister Prarambha Dahal. And based on that, again, Prime Minister Dahal actually was seeking some backing from other parties. Nepali Congress came into action, and that is what has changed the recent political equation one more time. And only yesterday, a new coalition seems to have been formed. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party has backed out from the government, withdrawn its support. CPN-UML is currently meeting in Chassel. Like our colleagues have been updating all of our viewers in the previous bulletins as well, and we will continue to do that as and when we have updates from there. So seems like CPN-UML might also or may not withdraw their support to the government. They might also have their own candidate for the president as well. But meanwhile, Nepali Congress has decided to field unanimously senior leader of Nepali Congress, Ramchandra Paudel, who has tried numerous times to become the Prime Minister, but seems like finally he is going to have that opportunity of having this coveted position of the President of the country. Again, mind you, it is a ceremonial position, but the political parties have been abusing this position in the past as well. We've seen with different presidents, two presidents to be honest, and Nepali Congress apparently is likely to have a victory out here with the backing of 8 parties, including Nepali Congress itself and Prime Minister Prarambha Dahal. There is a new coalition in the makeup. The cosmetics out here is very beautiful, seems, for Prime Minister Dahal, also for Madhav Kumar Nepal, who is eyeing 1-year term of premiership for CPN Unified Socialist. Nepali Congress and CPN Maoist Center seem to have decided to give, like you mentioned earlier, 6 months of each of their share for the premiership, and the Nepali Congress, CPN Maoist Center, and CPN Unified Socialist are likely to have the share of the Prime Minister's position for this 5-year term, especially after CPN-UML, very sad ending of the coalition. And only yesterday, CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli seemed to have been very disgruntled, not just with CPN Maoist Center chairperson Prarambha Dahal, but also with the other political parties who seem to have had their backing as well. So, Amar, the latest is we are here, out here in front of BICC. The registration hall is right here. In the Lotse Hall is the venue where we are expecting candidates to file their nomination for the presidential election slated for the 9th of March. And so far, there's no one yet. The political parties are busy in their parleys. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party has withdrawn the support. CPN-UML is holding its talks in Chassel, while Nepali Congress is also holding the talks. They are slated to reach the Singhadarbar premises at around 1:45 or around 1, after which they will be here to file the candidacy of Ramchandra Paudel for the presidency. We have not heard yet from CPN-UML about their possible candidate, Amar.
And Prarambha, it has been a topsy-turvy politics, as you have been explaining in detail, of just over 2 months, or we can say since the country went into November 20th general election. The scenario now is that Nepali Congress candidate enjoys a comfortable majority at the presidential election, isn't it, Prarambha?
Well, now it is quite very interesting. You know, the vote weight for the presidential election totals 52,628, and for a majority for a candidate to win the presidential election, to be elected the third president of the country after Ram Baran Yadav and then Bidya Devi Bhandari. From first one was from Nepali Congress, the second CPI UML, of course, and the next one to be from either of these parties, it seems, will require a majority vote of 26,315. Like you mentioned, Nepali Congress at the moment seems to be relishing the majority of the votes, as Nepali Congress itself has 16,142 vote weight, followed by CPN Maoist Center now in the new coalition. Again, Dewa, Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal, these three people seem to be like going back and forth again, a very toxic kind of relationship in terms of the Gen Z lingo out here. And the CPN Maoist Center has 7,649, back with Nepali Congress, back and forth again. And CPN Unified Socialist, led by Madhav Kumar Nepal, who is eyeing for one-year term of the premiership, has 2,574 vote weight. And Janata Samajwadi Party also has 2,145, very close. And Janamat Party has the vote weight of 1,242. And Loktantrik Samajwadi Party has the vote weight of 971. Nagarik Unmukti Party has 813, and Rashtriya Jana Morcha has 206 vote weight. So this integrated together from 0 to all of these parties, 8, right? So this gives a clear majority for the candidate of Nepali Congress and the alliance of the 8 parties, which has only formed yesterday, after which the government seems to have changed a bit. Obviously, RPP has already withdrawn, so CPN UML and Rashtriya Prajatantara Party do not seem to have that majority, and they're not likely to obviously win the presidential election slated for the 9th of March, Amar.
Well, that was our correspondent Prarambha Dahal reporting live from the Parliament building.